Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and extraterrestrials, YouTube, what up? Welcome to another edition of Wrestling with Watts. I'm your host, Watts, and we're going to get into it today. We're going to talk about it. Body shaming in the wrestling community. Body shaming in the wrestling community. Yeah, you heard me right. We're not going to talk about specific body types for real, but we definitely going to break it down. Let me give you credence. So, Cody Rhodes, he recently had an interview where he was speaking about how wrestlers should 100% take pride in their physique and take pride in their appearance. He's not wrong though, but the internet definitely did what the internet does and went into an uproar. Some people feel like you shouldn't care about how they look. Some people feel like you should. My take is, if you're comfortable with your body, do as you please. But at the end of the day, keep in mind, the man makes the gimmick, not the other way around. So if you're supposed to be this real intimidating guy, you have, let's say you have a supernatural character or something like that, or have a macho type character, or have an arrogant character, that physique that you have should reflect that. If you're an arrogant character, you should 100% probably have, somewhat shizzle. I'm not saying you got to be big, bulky, and, look like you're on roids, but you definitely got to bring the character to life, So a lot of people are giving Adam Cole slack. I won't lie, in the past, I've definitely given Adam Cole slack because this is how I see it. You're one of the smallest guys on the roster. The least you can do is be cut up, be toned up, chisel, like a hook. Or something like that, or look at Chad Gable, not the biggest guy on the roster or any roster, but he's strong, he's cut up, and you can tell that he works out. At the end of the day, I get the nuances of the fact that, all right, how am I supposed to put a Adam Cole up against a dude that's built like Luchasaurus and expect him to really be look at him and be like, yeah, he can beat that guy. Adam Cole is talented. He's really good. He's good at what he does. He can talk. He can wrestle in the ring. But when you're built like an adolescent teen, there's but so far you can go. And this is the problem that they had with him in NXT when he was on his way to the main roster. This is why Vince McMahon, which is probably not the greatest person to really reference in this regard, but but that's why he wanted to make him more of a manager type role instead of making him an in-ring competitor, because unfortunately, because of what's going on with the product and how the product has always been, those spots are more so gonna go to bigger guys. There's exceptions like Kofi Kingston, Rey Mysterio, Bryan Danielson, but at least them guys had some sort of muscle mass. 2002 Rey Mysterio had muscle mass. So at the end of the day, even though he was smaller than a lot of guys, at least he had some muscle to him where it won't look crazy if he goes for a low drop kick to the knees and the person drops. You know what I'm saying? So definitely keep that in mind. You don't have to be no muscle head. You don't have to be built like Brian Cage and stuff like that and look like you took a couple cycles. But you definitely got to look believable facing guys like Undertaker, built like Kane, built like these big dudes like Damian Priest and stuff like. You got to look, Finn Balor's not a big guy, but he's chiseled. He has abs. You can tell he has strength, and you can tell he does a little lifting. JD McDonough. There's so many smaller guys that we can reference. So when people be like, oh, you want everybody to look like they're on steroids, it's like, no, that's not true. We enjoyed Shawn Michaels. We enjoyed Chris Benoit. I don't even think I'm supposed to say that. But we enjoyed the Chris Jerichos, the smaller guys, the Bret Harts. But even those guys had muscle. Them guys had muscle. You can tell that they can get in the gym and lift with the best of them for the most part. So I understand why everybody's saying you shouldn't care, whatever. But optics matter. Optics matter at the end of the day. There's really no ifs, ands, or buts. You got to be marketable in some capacity. If you want that top spot, you got to be marketable. Even guys right now, like let's say a Dominic Mysterio, best believe within the next 2 years, expect him to bulk up a little bit. He's going to be told to bulk up if he wants to be put in that main event prominent scene. He's going to be asked to bulk up. Javon Evans, talented. Boy, bouncy. Yo, he cold. He's really good. He's making an effort to be in the gym and bulk up a little bit. A guy like Javon Evans gaining like 10 to 15 more pounds, that's going to do good for his career. Trick Williams, he was skinny when he first came in. He bulked up. NXT champion. I'm not saying to freaking take cycles, put needles in your ass, and do all of this extra stuff to be big. You don't have to do that. At least look like you can do pull-ups. At least look like you could do 10 pull-ups. At least look like you could do 10 push-ups. That's all. You know, different strokes for different folks. Some people are just here for the actual in-ring work, and that's understandable. But at the end of the day, in order to put asses in seats, sell, because realistically speaking, the two people who are going to be consumers of your product as a wrestling fan the most, the ones that's going to put money in your pocket are the kids and the women. The kids are going to look at you and be like, yo, I want to be big like him when I grow up. Like when I used to look at guys like Booker T, I wanted to be built like Booker T when I was a kid. John Cena, these guys, you know, not the super roided out guys, you know, not the you know, the Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan looking guys, but like, you know, moderate build, look like he lifts. I always wanted that, you know, and there's kids that's going to want to look up to that type of stuff, along with the women, the mothers. Roman Reigns, attractive. These guys, attractive. Those are your main consumers that's going to put money into the product. So at the end of the day, I understand that people was like, oh, you shouldn't care about that. But it's a business at the end of the day, and that's always going to play a factor in it. So to anybody who's up and coming, wrestling, anything, put money into your body. Put money into your physique. Take 4 days out of your work week to go to the gym. Simple as that. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. I may get flack for what I'm saying. I may not. Who cares? I'm not really on any side. I'm not leaning towards any side for real. I do think that as a professional wrestler, you should take your body serious. Be in the gym 4 to 5 times out the week. But that's just me. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm out. Peace.